What does BlackRock own?
We went quite viral recently on TikTok for videos about BlackRock. What is BlackRock and how do they own everything?
Imagine a single company so entwined in the world's financial web that it could make or break economies overnight. No, it's not Amazon or Google. It's a name far less known but infinitely more powerful. This mysterious entity has a say in whether your favorite companies go green or whether they even survive. BlackRock, the silent puppeteer of global finance. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. BlackRock is like the Zuckerberg Musk of the financial world, except they're not in the limelight. They're the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, controlling an astonishing $10 trillion in assets. That's enough money to buy Tesla 18 times over. Or get this, to purchase every single NFL, NBA, and MLB team. And still have some pocket change left over for a small country or two. According to MarketWatch, there is currently around $40 trillion in circulation around the world, which means BlackRock manages a quarter of the world's economy. Forget Tesla and Amazon and their eccentric spacefaring CEOs. BlackRock and its comparatively reclusive CEO are the biggest players on the global financial stage. Imagine Wall Street in 2008, banks collapsing and markets spiraling out of control. Amidst the crisis, the U.S. government makes a secret phone call to BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager. No competitive bidding, no public announcement, just a discreet alliance formed to tackle a burgeoning catastrophe. As financial institutions like Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers crumbled, BlackRock emerged as the government's go-to crisis manager. Tasked with assessing the scale and depth of the toxic assets, they delved into a task that could make or break the global economy. So why BlackRock? The firm's risk assessment models had become the gold standard in finance, akin to the kind of technology that put a man on the moon. This analytic prowess made BlackRock uniquely qualified to separate the wheat from the chaff when it came to these hazardous assets. Picture an emergency room, but for global economics. BlackRock, armed with its advanced algorithms, operated swiftly to determine which assets were worth saving and which were too toxic. It was a pivotal moment that helped to guide the government's crisis response. Now let's talk about the secrecy surrounding this partnership. Though many companies strive for government contracts, BlackRock bypassed the usual competitive bidding process. The alliance operated behind closed doors, shielded from the public scrutiny. By stepping in as the government's advisor, BlackRock elevated its standing in the financial community. Think of it as a company's breakout role on the Hollywood stage. Once a supporting player, now thrust into a starring role, gaining both influence and recognition. Despite the curtain of secrecy, the collaboration had significant impact. BlackRock's involvement wasn't just one-off transactional, but had far-reaching implications. Akin to how Amazon transformed retail. The company expanded its footprint, becoming an integral part of financial infrastructure. BlackRock, the financial powerhouse, found itself in a unique yet controversial position during the 2008 financial crisis and beyond. Hired to manage bailouts for companies where it also held financial stakes, this led to widespread questions about conflicts of interest. The controversy hasn't been a fleeting one. It's a persistent concern that's causing many analysts, ethicists, and regulators to scratch their heads. The core issue revolves around whether an organization like BlackRock can objectively serve in dual roles without jeopardizing the integrity of the financial system. As a subject of ongoing debate, this ethical gray area impacts not just Wall Street insiders, but also everyday people with financial investments, drawing attention to the question of trust within the financial sector. Now, the name Larry Fink might not ring a bell like Elon Musk or Warren Buffett, but make no mistake, this guy's influence is monumental. A single letter from Larry Fink to CEOs can catalyze seismic shifts in corporate America. We're talking about a guy who's shaping the post-pandemic world, steering trillions in investment money. And yet, he probably could stroll through a shopping mall without causing a single selfie request. A real phantom of the financial opera, if you will. But why does Larry Fink, an almost mythical figure in the financial circles, fly under the radar? Is it strategy or mere circumstance? Could it be that the world is too dazzled by tech moguls and celebrity CEOs to notice the guy holding the reins of the financial chariot? The thing is, power often comes with visibility. Think about it. Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg, Tesla's Elon Musk, Amazon's Jeff Bezos. Their decisions and stances are public fodder. Larry Fink, though? He manages to wield enormous power, subtly influencing the trajectory of entire industries while maintaining a low profile. It's almost like he's the financial world's wizard behind the curtain. And there's a certain genius in that obscurity. By not being the constant subject of Twitter debates or late-night talk show monologues, Fink and by extension BlackRock can execute their strategies with surgical precision, without the accompanying noise or drama. Shift gears for a moment and dive into BlackRock's role during the 2020 pandemic. Amidst worldwide uncertainty and those infamous toilet paper shortages, BlackRock was operating behind the scenes. The Financial Reserve tapped them to manage a corporate bond buying scheme, effectively acting as a financial lifeline for corporations neck-deep in debt. Think of a mysterious benefactor clearing a monumental bill at an upscale restaurant. When corporations teeter on the edge, it's not just exclusive bonuses at stake. Jobs, livelihoods, and the broader economy hang in the balance. BlackRock in this scenario was akin to an emergency technician, trying to keep a fragile system from collapsing. Their intervention, whether seen as salvation or manipulation, played a pivotal role in the economic narrative. But here's the twist. BlackRock isn't a mere spectator. They hold stakes in many of the corporations they swooped in to assist. It's like discovering the star player on the field also has a hand in officiating the game. It's an intricate dance of interests and certainly raises some ethical questions. Peeling back the layers, BlackRock's pandemic-era maneuvers highlight its delicate dance with power and influence. It's akin to realizing the unassuming individual at a gathering not only chose the music but also owns the entire building. Every move they make can either be a saving grace for an ailing market or a strategic play on the global financial stage. As the enormity of BlackRock's influence sinks in, consider this: a staggering $10 trillion under management. To offer some context, if BlackRock were a country, it would boast the third largest GDP, trailing only the US and China. In addition to financial muscle, BlackRock boasts of technological prowess. Ever heard of Aladdin? No, not the guy with the magic lamp. Aladdin is BlackRock's risk management system, used not only internally but also by major financial players worldwide. For instance, firms like Vanguard use Aladdin to manage their portfolios. It's like giving someone the cheat codes to your video game. They know your moves before you even make them. The extensive technology program, which by some estimates operates more than $21.6 trillion in assets, was created by Fink and several colleagues in 1988. Aladdin is the acronym for Asset, Liability, Debt, and Derivative Investment Network, a program that executes an average of 250,000 trades a day. Aladdin executes trades in every asset class across every industry and directs the actions of the Federal Reserve and almost every major U.S. bank. It controls over half of all EFTs, 17% of the bond market, and 10% of the stock market. It collects data points on every market, every company, and every asset, and uses machine learning to calculate which trades to make in less time than it takes your brain to send an electrical signal from your nervous system to your fingers. The network that makes up Aladdin is approximately 5,000 supercomputers that now act as the central nervous system for the world's most sophisticated investors and asset managers. Every major bank and fund has come to rely on Aladdin and its powerful AI to beat the market, which raises several fundamental questions about the nature of our fragile financial system. If Aladdin's network was to be hacked, it could have a swift and catastrophic impact on the global economy. The more existential problem is the monopoly this algorithm has created. BlackRock essentially rents out its proprietary golden goose to the world's highest bidders, mostly large hedge funds and megabanks. This paradigm leaves smaller investors at a major disadvantage and gives companies like BlackRock and Vanguard license to steer the economy as they see fit. When the global financial crisis hit, Aladdin was called upon by every major bank, as well as the head of the Federal Reserve and U.S. Treasury. The U.S. government called on Aladdin to figure out which assets to keep and which to let go at Bear Stearns, a New York-based global investment bank, securities trading and brokerage firm that failed in 2008 and was subsequently sold to JP Morgan Chase. The success Aladdin had in almost single-handedly stopping the world from experiencing complete financial collapse earned it a prestigious place among the world's governing bodies. Aladdin was given free rein to decide what to do with the $2 trillion that was printed in the wake of the Great Recession. The majority of it was allocated to bonds and funding to prop up the mortgage companies and banks. assets in which BlackRock already had invested heavily. In 2017, Fink launched a new project at BlackRock called Monarch, which replaced many of the firm's fund managers with algorithms. Now, over 70% of all U.S. stock market trades are executed by robots, according to Investopedia. The influence of BlackRock and its all-powerful algorithm cannot be overstated. As of 2021, at least 3 executives from BlackRock operated notable position in President Joe Biden's cabinet. Biden appointed BlackRock executive Brian Deese as head of National Economic Council, and Adewale Adeyemo, former chief of staff to BlackRock's chief executive, is the top official at the Treasury Department. Segueing to a brighter note, BlackRock isn't all just about the Benjamins. The company is also a significant player in ESG, environmental, social, and governance initiatives. For example, Larry Fink's annual letter to CEOs in 2020 signaled a commitment to sustainability, compelling other companies to follow suit. It's like the popular kid at school deciding to recycle. Suddenly, everyone thinks it's cool. Wrapping it all up, despite wielding such financial and technological power, BlackRock remains a sort of Phantom of the Opera, hidden behind the curtains. The firm prefers to exercise its influence quietly, avoiding the media spotlight. It's like being the ultimate chess master, but letting the pawns believe they're navigating the board themselves. So whether it's from the shareholder seat in Silicon Valley, the shadowy corners of international finance, or the less tangible realm of influencing global corporate behavior, BlackRock remains the pervasive yet enigmatic force that quietly shapes much of the world's financial landscape. If Wall Street were a stage, BlackRock would be both the director and set designer, orchestrating the action while staying ingeniously inconspicuous.